Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I'm waiting for my special guest to come on and then I will tell you what we'll be talking about today. So just bear with me as I sit here awkwardly drinking my coffee, waiting for her. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. We were supposed to come to you live with this video last week, but it was a rough day for yours truly. So I wasn't able to make it, but I'm here this Sunday. Oh, hey Leslie. I'm gonna bring you on.
Hey,
Hey, Boo.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm okay. I was just talking to the people,
Okay.
telling them that I couldn't make it last week. It was a tough day, but we're here now, and we're gonna talk all things succulent strands. So, and what that even means.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie. I'm one of Martina's friends, and I love Queens on Purpose. I've tried every single product, and I'm obsessed. So I'm super happy to be here today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leslie. So, I'm going with the butterfly look today because it fits my mood. So, why not?
Yeah, it looks cute.
Thanks. I was playing around before I came
Yeah.
on here. Um, and I'm drinking my coffee too at the same time because after being out in the sun and walking, I feel so tired now just from that.
Yeah, I
So,
bet.
yeah. And it was like an hour and a half walk, so I should be tired.
Yeah, and it's super hot outside, so you gotta get your energy back up.
Yeah, I did hydrate, so I'm not just drinking coffee without hydrating. I did hydrate, but I'm just tired now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to come on and talk about succulent strands. And before I say like what I think that means, do you want to talk about like what that means to you?
Well, for me, succulent strands means just keeping your hair as hydrated as you can. Me personally, I struggle with that a lot because my hair just like dries out immediately after I get out of the shower. I don't even need to use a towel to dry my hair.
Oh,
So I always need to like condition right after taking a shower because my hair just dries out immediately. So I always work to keep my strands succulent because it's really important for our hair health and to keep it, in the utmost manner where it can be healthy.
yeah. So, and before I talk about what I think it means, just for people watching, we are talking specifically about curly hair and afro type hair. So if you have like bone straight hair, um, I love you, but I know nothing about your hair or your hair type. So, but I know for afro type or any hair that has curl to it, hydration is key. And so, yeah, when I talk about succulent strands, that was the first thing that I thought of too, hydrated hair. And then that also means like soft hair, shiny hair. And to me, that also means strong hair. I have minimal breakage. I don't have a lot of split ends, and I don't have a lot of hair falling out every time I style or wash my hair. So That's what I mean by succulent strands. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Like, how do we achieve that? And then just like some must haves for like having succulent strands. So right, hydrated hair, soft hair, shiny hair, and strong hair. So what would you say, Leslie, we need to achieve those things?
Well, we need, first of all, products that are made for our hair type. I know it's very difficult to find products for curly or afro type hair, as you mentioned earlier, because a lot of products are actually marketed for straight hair. So that's one of the first things that you need to do is actually get products that are safe to use without the chemicals such as sulfates that will be actually drying your hair. The next part is, making sure that every time that you wash your hair, you detangle appropriately. I know sometimes even I can get super frustrated with my own hair, and I have seen some of my own breakage in the past. So it's really important to detangle effectively, but also making sure that you're careful as to prevent breakage. And then the last part for me would be styling, which it depends on what you're going for, but for the most part for me, I usually do wash and go. Sometimes I do protective styling such as twist outs, but every time that you do whatever style you want to do, you need to make sure to use the correct products that will not only hydrate your hair, but also make sure that you're not creating a lot of tension to your hair as to prevent breakage too.
Yeah, you said a mouthful. You mentioned some really important things. Hi, Cherry Mom.
Hey,
Um,
sis.
so, okay, so I want to talk about three things when we're thinking about achieving succulent strands. The first thing is a routine. The second thing is a hydrated body and protecting your strands. You kind of already touched on two of those already in what you just said. But first, let's talk about a routine. What kind of routine do you follow when you wash your hair or just, during the week?
So right now in the summer months, I typically wash my hair maybe 1 to 2 times a week just for my hair type. My scalp is very dry a lot of the time, and so is my hair. So I need to make sure that I always moisturize my hair after a wash day. And sometimes I also try to deep condition at least once a week. I know as we move towards the winter months, I tend to wash my hair less because I'm not sweating as much, and I can keep my hair clean for longer. But those are two things that I typically try to do is wash my hair according to my activity level, and also making sure that I hydrate my hair appropriately each time that I wash my hair.
Yeah. And do you know your hair type by any chance?
I don't think so. I believe that I might be in the 3B, 3C range just from like what the pictures that I've seen and charts, but I haven't really focused on my hair type specifically in the past.
Yeah. Okay, I just asked just in case anyone might be wondering, because I know you have your hair back today.
Yeah.
But for those of you that didn't see the picture in my Insta story before this, like Leslie's hair is very curly, but it's not tightly coiled. And so she's speaking specifically to like a type 3 curl, and which my products do work for type 3 and type 4 hair. So and I am a classic 4C, which is what I got going over here. So okay, cool. So when we're thinking about routines, the big ones that most people follow and the ones that you'll get the most hydration out of are the max hydration method and the LCO or LOC method. The max hydration method, guys, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about it just because it's like a 12-step program. And as a mom, a teacher, a business owner, all that stuff, and two heads of a 4C hair to do, I do not have time for all those steps. So, but I do know that it includes a clay mask, apple cider vinegar rinse, conditioning, rinsing, conditioning again. So it's like literally at least 6 steps before styling your hair. And any one of those steps can be done like by themselves, but doing them all together in succession just really yields super hydrated, succulent hair. But if you're like me and you don't have that much time on your hands and you want to achieve hydration, you can use the LOC or LCO method, and it's just liquid oil cream or liquid cream oil. There's been debates about which one is better, and that's like a whole video in and of itself. But I do the LCO. So I do liquid, which is you're starting with wet hair, and a leave-in conditioner that's pretty like watery, I guess. And then cream, and for me the cream will be the coconut hair butter, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, from Queens on Purpose. That's my cream. And then oil, again, I have a oil in my shop. Right now it's sold out, but it's coming back real soon. But the peppermint growth and treatment oil is what I use to seal in moisture when I'm done styling. So that's after we wash though. But earlier, Leslie, you mentioned making sure to wash and cleanse your hair with sulfate-free products, and that's really important. And for me, guys, I'm really simple, and I'm always promoting the natural way, and I just shampoo with the African black soap. It is sulfate free because there's nothing silicone or synthetic in it. And I love how it leaves my hair shiny and soft without stripping it. I usually do like 2 rounds washing it, and be honest, I don't even condition, because I feel personally like a leave-in conditioner is more effective for me because it stays in my hair. And then I just go ahead and I add the extra nourishment with the hair butter and the hair oil. So the bottom line is you have to have a routine that has products for your hair type that won't strip your hair, that does not include silicones and sulfates. And you need to also then incorporate nourishing creams, oils, butters to seal in that moisture after you wash your hair. Cool. So the next thing I want to talk about is a hydrated body, and I feel like it doesn't, like, we don't need to spend a lot of time talking about it. It's like pretty straightforward. Succulent strands aren't only achieved by what we do to our hair, but everything is working from the inside out, right? So if I'm not eating right, if I'm not taking care of my body, it's going to show up not only like on my skin, but in my hair too. So, and a lot of people don't think about that, but the more water you drink, the more hydrated your hair will be, the more hydrated your scalp will be. So if you get dandruff or you get dry scalp and it's flaking, if you increase your water along with, maybe some antimicrobial or antibacterial type ingredients like tea tree oil, coconut oil, you will see a difference in it. Did you want to say anything about hydration?
Yeah, that's actually a great point, and I didn't even think about that when you were asking me that question. That's actually something that, as you know, and as you mentioned, a lot of people don't actually think about. Our hair is just an extension of our skin at the end of the day, now that you fully explained it. So it makes complete sense to make sure that you're putting in the right things into your body, such as a high water intake, and also thinking about the healthy foods that will promote hair growth as well. We always tend to DIY our deep conditioners with like special ingredients, but we don't usually think about actually eating those ingredients. Instead of putting an avocado hair mask on our hair, we should just eat the avocado. Yeah. So that's a great point.
Yeah. And also think about fruits that have a high water content. You'll get a lot of hydration for your skin and your hair and your nails, because nails get dry and brittle and break off too when your body is not properly nourished. So that's why they make that hair, skin, nail vitamin because they're all go
Yeah.
together. All right, cool. And then you mentioned this when you mentioned protective styling that you will more do in the winter months. But if you want to keep your strands succulent, protecting them is key. So, what type of protective styles do you usually do, Leslie?
Well, usually in the summer, I do some type of box braids or cornrows, but given the coronavirus pandemic, I haven't really been able to secure a hair appointment. So that's something that I typically do in the summer just to make sure that my hair is kept detangled because let's just be honest, when we go to the beach or the pool or any other sort of summer activity, we tend to get our hair wet and not take the best care of it. I can say that for myself. So that's something that typically does help me in the summer, especially if I'm going on vacation. That way I can just like, make sure that I oil my scalp, but the rest of it is taken care of until it comes down to taking down my braids later on. But in the winter, I usually focus on doing twist outs. So I wash my hair, I condition it, I twist it, and I put it in a bonnet overnight. Usually by the morning, my hair is dry, so I can take them out if I want to, but if not, I can just pull my hair back if I want it out of my face and keep it in the twisted style. That way I can keep my hair detangled again. And also, the winter months tend to be really, really harsh on my hair and my skin too. It really dries out like every part of me, so I try to always keep my hair in twist or a twist out.
Yeah. And that is key. Like with protective styling, the whole point is low manipulation, meaning you're not touching it, you're not doing a whole lot with it, except for the installation of whatever the style is. Great. So my hair lives in a two-strand twist. Usually, the only reason I have my little bang out today is because I'm going to take the whole thing out today, and then tomorrow is wash day. So I like to wear my fro out like one day and just enjoy what it looks like, and enjoy the growth and the progress and stuff like that. But yeah, I am forever protecting my strands. So yeah, and for me, I don't do anything different in the winter. I still do a two-strand twist in the winter, but like I said, I have my daughter who also has 4C hair. And in the winter, I don't like applying heat too much, but I will apply a little bit of heat in the winter just because I don't want her to be, with wet hair and it's cold out. So I'll blow dry her hair a little bit, and then I will do braids for like 2 weeks. And right now she's rocking some box braids right now. And again, the whole point is to not have to do anything with your hair, not just for, the ease of not having to worry about it, but because we want to keep all that moisture and all that good stuff in, and we don't want to do a lot to it, not only because it'll dry it out, but the more you play and do stuff with your hair, the more you're susceptible to breakage and split ends, etc. So some other things that I want to talk about with protecting your strands that we don't often think about is your pillow. So if you have cotton sheets or jersey material, flannel is the absolute worst. And you have type 3 or type 4 hair, you need to make sure that you are covering your head at night with something soft, something satin, whether it be a bonnet or a scarf, but you must not let your hair rub against that cotton, that flannel, that jersey material. Or you can invest in, they have satin pillowcases. You can invest in those. Just make sure that you have like a pillow cover underneath that, because I don't know if y'all can relate, but my pillow is never the color of the sheet because of all the oil and stuff in my hair. It always transfers. So there's that. And I also have to throw this in here. I know we're talking about hair, but I specialize in skincare too. Make sure that you are washing your pillowcase at least once a week. because all that oil that's transferring from your hair onto your pillowcase is then getting onto your face, and that can cause breakouts. Okay. So protecting your strands and your skin means pillow maintenance and covering your hair from the pillow. And then also thinking about pollution, right? We go out and there's so much in the atmosphere that we're not thinking about and how it affects our hair. If you can cover your hair, especially in the winter, because the cold really does strip your hair, dry your hair out. And I don't know about you, but when they put that salt on the ground and it doesn't actually snow, it's like that stuff is all in the atmosphere. I walk outside and I like lick my lips and it tastes salty. Like it is just out there. So, and if that's getting on your face and near your lips, like you best believe it's building up in your hair as well. So cover your head. Okay. And make sure you have the right covering too. Again, satin is the way to go. If you're gonna wear like a beanie or like a cute like knitted hat in the winter, you want to make sure it's lined with satin, or you are wearing something satin and then putting your hat on. So, and it doesn't have to be real satin, guys. You don't have to break the bank. It could be polyester as long as it's like soft.
Yeah, I definitely need to invest in one of those satin pillows. I've been looking for one forever, but I usually wear a bonnet to bed anyway, so I feel that in the future I'll definitely invest in satin pillowcases, but for now I do think that bonnets are my way to go, at least because it keeps my hair all in one place. It doesn't dry out my hair. I can tell whenever I like sleep without my bonnet, my hair is super frizzy and very a mess, just because my hair is like, you know, we toss and turn in our sleep, and as we're tossing and turning, our hair is coming with us, and it's not manageable for me in the morning. So it's really essential to cover your head. I completely agree with you.
Exactly. And for our, you know, boyfriends and husbands and significant others, deal with it. Deal with it. Like, I don't want to hear it, period. Because, like, you want me to be bald? Like, you want my hair to look crazy? No. Like, you like the succulent strands too, and it comes at a cost. Okay, that just comes with the territory. There are lots of cute bonnets now. They got bonnets looking like just like this, and it's like satin on the inside. So get you a nice bonnet, you'll be fine. Okay, cool. So we talked about having a routine. We talked about making sure that you're putting good things inside your body that are going to hydrate you from the inside out. And then we talked about protecting your strands. So last thing I want to talk about before I talk about the coconut hair butter is some back to like routines. What are some must-haves for your hair care routine? Like is a non-negotiable.
Well, first off is my bonnet. I can't live without it. I feel like that's the main reason why my hair lasts so long, apart from the quality products that I use. The second thing is I have different brushes for different things that I'm doing to my hair. So usually I would use a wide tooth comb. I never use like one of those tiny combs that would like tease your hair, because they'll just separate my curls too much. So using wide tooth combs in order to detangle your hair. But I recently started using a rake comb, and I find those to be so much better and easier to detangle my hair in the shower, because that's how I usually detangle it, especially for my hair in the back. And I also have a diamond brush where I took out some of the bristles to style my hair while I'm conditioning my hair as I'm styling it. That way my curls aren't separated that much, because I found that the combs separated my hair too much, and then my strands wouldn't curl as well, and there will be some strands that are like kind of single strands that are out of place, and I want everything to be a little bit more cohesive. So I find that having those 3 types of combs helps me when I'm styling my hair. Oil, as you mentioned, I love your peppermint oil. I use it all the time. I actually used it before this because I put it on my scalp and I put it on my hair too. It smells super good. But like I said, I have really dry scalp, and that's always been an issue for me. So I always have to make sure that I'm oiling my scalp and my hair as well. So that's something that I always keep. And I always use curling creams and conditioner, leave-in conditioners especially, because I find that it's easier to have my hair just nourished that way, because in the shower I condition my hair but I end up rinsing it out. So I always apply a leave-in conditioner in order to keep my hair succulent, as we're on this topic today.
Yeah. Cool. So here are my must-haves. A pre-treatment twice a month. So what I mean by a pre-treatment is before I wash my hair, I'm going to treat it either with an oil or some other type of organic mixture. And I'm going to leave it on my hair for at least 2 hours with a shower cap while I clean or do whatever else around the house. So, and this is not complicated. You can use just coconut oil. Coconut oil is an antibacterial. And if you have dandruff, this is the perfect oil for you. This will really help to tame an inflamed scalp. So, but I'm also always thinking about growth too and thickness, because my hair, even though it looks thick, that's because it's super coily. But in reality, my hair is really fine. And so I like to add some castor oil. So I'll do and I don't measure, y'all. It's just like oil and put it on my head. And that's like a great pre-treatment. You mentioned the avocados earlier. Um, People do those sometimes as a mask after, as like a deep conditioner, but you should really think about twice a month treating your hair before you shampoo. And you'll notice that when you shampoo, your hair is a lot softer, a lot silkier, and it really does help with the dandruff if you're using something like the coconut oil, like I mentioned, or aloe vera. You guys, you can get the aloe leaf at the supermarket and just put it. You don't even have to have like a ninja or a bullet or a blender. Like sometimes I literally just cut that thing in half and rub it like the inside of the leaf and just like rub it on my hair. All that goo is going to transfer into your hair, and leave that on your head for 2 hours. And again, you will see a huge difference in your hair. So that's a must have for me. Twice a month, I'm going to do some type of pre-treatment, either with the oil or aloe vera. Even coconut milk out the can, you guys, is great for your hair. Yes. So that's me twice a month. And then also a must have, but this is like a must have not. I must not have any type of sulfate in anything that I'm using, or any alcohol in anything I'm using. And to all my 4C sisters out there, I know we love our those clear gels. I'm not gonna name the brand name, but we like those clear gels in that big tub. It is filled with alcohol. It is just drying your hair out, and then you have to do so much like repair to your hair because you're using that. So I know we want our slick, our slick back, and we want our edges and things like that, but we can achieve those things without alcohol as well. So please ease up all the alcohol. Right. So, and then another must have for me is a leave-in conditioner. Like I said, if I don't need to condition in the shower, for me, it's what am I leaving in my hair? That's really important. So, and that's debatable. Some people, they can't go without conditioning in the shower or doing like a deep conditioner. That's fine. Just again, make sure that you're finding something that's good for your hair and good for your body. But for me, it's about a leave-in conditioner. And then again, nourishing creams, butters, and you mentioned oils. That's also one of my must-haves. And I just wanted to name like some of the oils that not only seal in moisture, but also penetrate the hair to really give moisture over time. And those are avocado oil, which is great to cook with, by the way. And I am switching over from cooking with olive oil to avocado oil because I read that it gives like a buttery flavor and it's lighter and it's less cholesterol. So, um, avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil already mentioned, argan oil, and then sunflower oil. So, to get argan and sunflower in like a large amount is going to be a little bit more expensive, but coconut oil is so easy to get. You can get it at the supermarket. Same thing with the olive oil and the avocado oil. Like, you do not even need to go to the beauty supply to get those three. Just make sure it's 100% pure and it doesn't include any silicones or anything added. So yeah, that's basically it. And before we go, Leslie, I just want to talk about, of course, the coconut hair butter from Queens on Purpose. Do you want to talk about how you use it and just, how you feel about it?
So most of the time when I use that product, I love to use it for my twist outs because it comes out perfect. Like literally, if you've ever had twist outs in the past, we know that sometimes it doesn't come out the way that we expect, especially as we sleep in it overnight. But I just section my hair into probably 1 or 2 inch sections, starting from the back of my head and moving up. And as I section my hair, I apply it to the section of my hair and then I just twist it in a 2-strand twist. And then once I'm done, I actually put it in a bonnet. I also use it for my wash and goes. So I usually wash my hair, I condition in the shower, and then I can just apply a generous amount to my hair, and it leaves it super moisturized.
Yeah. So for me, the coconut hair butter was my first product that I ever made. And it wasn't even coconut when I first made it. It had coconut oil in it, but it smelled nothing like coconut and it wasn't even white. But because I was using like the yellow shea butter at first, but I'll just show you guys again what it looks like. And yeah, this was my first product, and it was what I started making for myself before I knew that I would even be in business. Like, I just made a decision that I wanted to know exactly what I was putting on my hair and in my body. And so I did my research about essential oils, natural butters, natural oils that were great for curly and afro type hair. So, and I started just mixing things up randomly. And guess what, y'all? There was a time where I burned the crap out of my scalp, not knowing anything about like essential oils and having to dilute them and only putting in a certain. I was just like, oh yeah, this is all the good stuff. Yeah. Putting everything. But rest assured, I have done my research since then, and I make sure that all the essential oils that I put in my products now are at a safe but effective amount. But yeah, and then I just kept using it and I just loved it. It just did exactly what I needed it to do as far as keeping my hair moist for up to 2 weeks. Once I'm leaving it alone and it's just in a protective style for 2 weeks, my hair would just I would be taking it out 2 weeks later to go wash it, or a week later to go wash it, and like all the butter is again on my hands because it just stayed in my hair. So, and then for twist outs for my daughter, I would do more twist outs with her. And yeah, I did not use any gel. I just used that alone with a leave-in conditioner, and it just kept the hair. And her twist out would last a couple days. I would be like out 1 minute, then I would maybe put it up. But yeah, it was just the truth. And so I have, improved it since then. And that's why I look so beautiful now. Yeah, it's great for sealing in moisture, like we said, protective styling, wash and goes. If you're doing a wash and go and you want a lot of definition and you want it to not revert, if you have like afro type hair, you know what I mean by revert. with the humidity, then you're probably going to want to use a natural gel, not the gel with all the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
But a natural gel, and that would protect it from reverting. But if you don't care so much um, about that, you just really want something to saturate your hair with moisture and hydration, like this is the product. And it does give definition. It's just that, you know, a lot of times people, especially with my kind of hair, they're more so concerned about keeping the hair stretched than having it do that, right?
Yeah.
Having it bounce right back up. And I'll be honest, like that kind of isn't a priority for me, because like that's just how my hair is, and I just like celebrate that it goes like that.
Yeah.
But you know, of course, there are tips and tricks that you can do if you want to keep your hair stretched. But yeah, this isn't the product that is for that. This is the product that is going to nourish your hair, that's going to keep your hair moist, and yeah. And
yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, as you mentioned, when it's time for wash day and I have that product in, I can still feel the hair butter on my hands when I'm going through it. And it kind of makes me think, like, should I really wash my hair now? Like, I kind of still want to, you know, enjoy this look. It still looks great. It's just time to wash my hair. Every time I use that product, it always comes out perfect, literally. And another thing that I love about that product is it's not heavy on your hair. For people like me who have a little bit more type 3 hair, there are some products that are just too heavy for my hair and will weigh it down and it won't come out the best. But this one is like the perfect combination of saturating your hair, creating definition for my curl pattern, and just stealing in the moisture, because that's something that I struggle with. And a lot of the time when I twist my hair and do a twist out, especially with that product, I can just twist it right back at night and do it over and over again until as long as I want. Like, if I wanted to, I could go a whole straight month just doing that routine and I'll be good. So that's definitely a product you should invest in, because it smells amazing and it's just perfect.
yes. And God bless you for having that patience to retwist your hair at night.
Oh,
I used to do that. I can't. Once it's out, that's it. It has to be washed. Like, it's not gonna happen. I do not have, or it's gonna, the twist, or there's not gonna be as many of them. I'm gonna start combining them.
True. That's true too. I do combine mine sometimes,
just to get it over with. So,
yeah.
But you know, again, that comes with the territory of having this beautiful hair that we've been blessed with. But yeah, it's super important to make sure that we're doing the right things so that we don't get frustrated with it and want to do crazy things to change it. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Leslie, for joining me. And right now, today, what time is it? 4:41. You guys have until midnight. Oh, wrong one. You guys have until midnight. This is 30% off today if you make a purchase of $20 or more. So definitely go to my Etsy shop and check it out. And there's a lot of reviews on there too from customers that you can read about their experience with the product. And yeah, I was going to talk about the hair food, but I'm going to talk about it another day.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I had it here, but I'm going to talk about it another day. But yeah. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Bye.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.